Subhanallah Ta'ala is recording everything. وَكُلُّ إِنسَانٍ أَلْزَمْنَاهُ طَائِرَهُ فِي عُنُقِهِ وَنُخْرِجُ لَهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ كِتَابًا يَلْقَاهُ مَنْشُورًا. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, we have tied up every human being fortune to his neck, unuqihi. And on the day of judgment, day of resurrection, Allah will bring out, وَنُخْرِجُ لَهُ. We will bring forth a book for him that he will find wide open. The book will be wide open. Yawm al-Qiyamah, Kitaban Yalqahu Manshura. It's like open book. Everybody could read that book. So here, وَكُلُّ شَيْءٍ فَصَّلْنَاهُ تَفْصِيلًا. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before that ayah has explained everything in detail. Now in this ayah, I'm just referring to the previous ayah so that you could understand in a better manner. So here talking about وَكُلَّ, everyone. وَكُلَّ الْإِنسَانِ is, for every person, every human being. Alzamnahu is from lam zamim, to make something cling or attach to another. Here it means we have attached to him, we have imposed upon him. And ta'irahu is from ta'yara. Ta'ir is literally a bird, that which flies, and it decides something. If something would bring good or bad luck, they would make a bird fly. Who? The Arab culture, they had this. If it flew to the right, it was good luck. If it flew to the left, it was a bad luck, depending on that. That, like, they have that omens. So here it is understood in two ways. First, fate, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has destined for him. Everyone's fate is attached to him and it is bound to happen, isn't it? One must realize that happens to him is maktub. This is the fate that Allah decides. And the other thing, whether it is good or bad, one can never avoid it, no matter what they do. So the second thing, deeds. For every person, his deeds, whether good or evil, are tied to his neck. Unuqihi. So when one does an action, it is eternally bound to him. It is recorded, written, and he will be questioned regarding the action deed. Why are deeds are called tair? Actions that one performs are like a bird that flies away. Once an action is done, it is gone from one's hand. Similarly, when we utter some words, it is written. We have imposed on him his fate. So here you notice unuqihi, unuq is used for neck. So imagine that something is attached to one's neck. Can one avoid it? Can it be removed? No, it's not, right? And it's written وَنُخْرِجَ لَهُ, and we will produce for him. Yawmul Qiyamah means on the day of judgment. And kitaban yalqahu manshura. Manshura is from noon sheen ra. Nashara is to spread something, whether it is rain, garment, or one words. A record which he will encounter spread open. What we learn from this, whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed upon a person cannot be avoided. Okay, we believe in taqdeer, right? The Arabs thought their luck was determined by bird. So they had many false beliefs. A person's fate is directly linked to his action. Whatever he does, that becomes his destiny, his fate. Consequence of one's action in his life will be in the hereafter. Everyone's fate is bound to him, whether he is traveling or sleeping. Everything is being recorded. In Surah Al-Qiyamah, ayah number 13, we learn. And Surah Al-Zalzala, whoever does an atom weight of good, bad will see it. So when the record of deed is displayed before us, it will be said, this is kitabaka kafa bi nafsika al-yawma alayka hasiba. So this will be written, like, and we will say to him, read your book. Enough are you today to take your own account. You understand? Iqra is from qara'a. You yourself is reading it. Kitabaka means this ka, that is your book of deeds, your own book of deeds, and you go no kafa, like enough yourself. Be nafsika, against your nafs. Yawma alayka hasiba. That day you are taking your own account. Can you believe it? And read your book. Hassan al Basri said that every person will read his book, whether he's literate or not. Kafa bi nafsika, sufficient is yourself. Al yawma, this day, alayka hasiba, upon you the reckoning. None can judge whether we will go. The end result will be obvious to everyone when they see their record. Just as if one see his report card with all of his grades in his subject, what will happen? Like, nobody can predict, oh, he is going there, he's going that, going to Jannah or Jahannam. Up to a certain extent, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has guided us. This is the way of Jannah, this is the way of Jahannam. But it is up to a person whether he follows a way of Jannah or Jahannam in this world, right? But we are no one to judge anyone. So, unfortunately, in this dunya, we do an action and then we forget about it. Or we do a good deed and we think that they are so big. Once all of the deeds are displayed before us, we will see what counted. We should check our actions now before we are made to check. We must perform salah with khushu. And then, as for him, like whose deeds will be recorded in the right hand, we have learned this, like, who will be successful, whose record will be in the right hand, and he will surely receive easy reckoning, and we will return to his family in joy. But whoever is given his record behind his back, he will invoke his destruction and shall enter a blazing fire. We learn this in Suratul Inshiqaq, ayah number 7 to 12, and also in Suratul Haqqa 19 to 20. Then, as for who will be given his record in his right hand, will say, take record mine. Like, those who are receiving in right hand, they'll be happy, right? Surely I didn't believe that I shall meet my account. So, a person who remembers the end in mind, he will perform his action with sincerity, khulus, ikhlas, and lillahi, for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Others will regret. We must take account before we are shown the results. If a person does good to attain dunya or to please people, it is useless. It will remain in this life and will not benefit him in the hereafter. We don't know which of our action will be accepted. We must never feel that we have done enough. We are always ready to present excuses. We should never feel that we have done enough. If someone points out our mistake, we should accept it and try to better ourselves. We can act now. It will be too late on the day of judgment. The hereafter is far more important. We must not settle for the minimum. So, this is the important thing. So, one should check our own deeds in this world. It is not good according to you, it is good according to Quran and Sunnah. Are we doing the way Prophet ﷺ has shown the way? Are we doing according to the Quran? May Allah guide us all. Jazakallah khairan kasira. Do subscribe the channels, please. Channel name is Ilm Quran for